1. I'm alive.
What's happening, guys? How are we all doing? Welcome back to the XXL Podcast with me, myself, Drew, and obviously the main man, Josh. Got a couple of good friends of mine coming on the podcast today. A couple of guys I work with. A girl called Ellie Copocci and a good friend of mine called Elliot as well. Should hopefully have some good chat. They're both musicians. They've both just released their first tracks, so hopefully we can get a little bit of insight on what goes into sort of making music. So yeah, let's get them in. Let's do this.
Amazing. Right, Ellie is coming in, and Elliot as well. Oh, Ellie's just left.
Hello.
Hello.
How we doing?
You alright?
Good stuff. We're just waiting on Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she is.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. How we doing?
Yeah, not bad.
Good. Are you alright?
Good. Good. Yeah, not too bad. Holding my own, you know, as we can do at the moment. So yeah,
Good.
I thought I'd obviously I know you guys. Josh doesn't know you guys. Obviously, I work with both of you. So yeah, I thought I'd just get you on. Both very, very talented individuals. So I was hoping we could maybe dive into a little bit of what you guys do.
We do some
in terms of the music industry. And yeah. Oh, Ellie's gone.
She's had enough. Damn it.
Ellie's had enough. She's like, nope. I don't want it. Don't want to do it.
Anyway, while we wait,
she's coming back.
Yeah, well, wait for her to come back. Do you want to give yourself like a little intro, like kind of who you are, what you do, and obviously about music, especially?
Well, just obviously it's quite hard, isn't it, as a musician, like when you're right at the bottom. But I did music at college.
Okay.
So that gave me a bit more knowledge, and then basically I just write songs in my free time.
Which we've got a lot of at the moment.
Recorded one, got a lot more coming, but hopefully I can, after all this nonsense, just get out there and record them all.
Amazing. Awesome.
Yeah, she's back.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi cut out. Okay.
That's all right.
Looking forward to hearing new music, Elliot. I absolutely loved your first one. As
Cheers,
these
man.
guys know, I am 100% their biggest fan, so I cannot wait to hear what they've both got coming up next. How are you guys holding it down in lockdown? How are we getting on?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, boredom hit last week, but I'm productive again now, I think.
What are you
Yeah,
guys
that's
doing?
the whole thing, isn't it? Just staying productive,
Yeah.
doing what you got to do.
What are you guys doing for, like, when you say productive, what would you class as kind of you guys trying to write music, or like it could be totally different from what you actually like kind of do? What would you guys say that's like your productive place?
Day to day.
Yeah.
Or in lockdown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been fucking decorating.
Decorating.
Yeah, other than that, just writing songs, innit? So,
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, I've been trying to get into
FIFA.
fitness a lot more, but struggling.
That's good. That's good. Making the effort. I've been smashing out GTA. Yeah.
Nice.
I've made millions over the last couple of days. Been doing my bit. So
Do you know what? I wish I could say the same, Drew, but
I'm loving life at the moment. So yeah, this is me in my element. You know.
some people love like staying at home, but I can't do it.
Yeah, this is like a game.
Yeah, I hate it.
I'm hating every minute. I mean, being not being at work's all good, but I just wish I could see my friends.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, these are good. These are nice. You know, it's all well and good messaging someone in a group chat, but when you've got actual interaction with people, it makes it a lot nicer. So
Yeah, definitely.
all right, cool. Well, I was hoping we could maybe jump straight into both of your music singles, I guess, that you've released. Elliot, you've got Hesitation.
So much aggravation
Ellie.
Thank you.
Obviously, Cut My Teeth.
It doesn't matter how I try, you'll never let me in the dark. And even
So, I mean, the question I have is, what goes into making music? Like, is it what makes it easy for you guys to write your lyrics?
You want to go first?
What lyrics?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's just nonsense on a page, really. For me,
Fair enough.
like
Love
if something
that.
sounds good, like I'm just like, yeah, all right, let's work with this. Like I've got like one-liners that like I've got on like notes, notepads, anywhere, and like I'll just try and fit it in whenever. But with that song, I remember I just broke up with my ex, and literally I had my mate round, and I literally got my notepad out, just writing like shit down, and then it just came to me, like, and yeah, it does, like, it just comes to you. Like, I'll have days where, like, or months where I don't write anything, and then, like now, like I've written like 5 songs in like 2 days. Like, it just comes. It's weird.
Yeah.
Would you say it's
Yeah.
like a lot based on like emotions, frustration, things like that? Like if you've got
Yeah, like a lot of my songs were from obviously emotion, but like more recently I've been trying to do it more about like mates and stuff, like just other people like might see it as well, like songs that can relate to other people.
yeah,
Well, I can't wait for the track about me. Yeah. Wait, cannot wait.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
Called Drew.
I have stuff that I wrote years and years ago. Like Cut My Teeth I wrote when I was 18, I think. And I didn't finish it. Well, I wrote most of it in one go, and then I didn't write the bridge until like a month before I actually released it.
The what?
The bridge. A
Yeah,
section of it.
Is that a music term?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. And sometimes you're not feeling the song. Like you might write a song and
Yeah, that's definitely
like
true.
it sounds like a good song, but you don't actually like it. Does that make sense? And then you might come a few months later and you're like, oh yeah, actually that is how I feel now. And then it just feels right.
Is there ever a point where you're just like playing your instruments or whatever, and then it just goes? You're there.
Yeah,
100%.
I think when you sit down and try and write a song, that's the hardest time to write a song.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're just like
It never
messing around
comes.
with chords or something, and then you get a whole thing just drop into your head from nowhere.
Yeah, I think that was like me with Hesitation. Like, it's just messing about, and it just, the melody and how it sounded just came like all at once.
Yeah.
So would you say the melody comes like kind of into your mind and then you match the words to it, or like kind of it flows, or do you have the words and then you're like, right, you know, kind of how
and
you sing it, or is
yeah,
it
yeah.
a song that you kind of put behind?
Like, I always start with the lyrics, and then I'll try and put some chords to it, and if it doesn't sound right, just try and change it up. But I never ever start with the melody. Like, I remember a college tutor, he told me to try it once, and it's just hard. Like, other people do that first, but for myself, it just don't work for me.
But when you're writing lyrics, would you, if I was thinking about me, I'm the least lyrical genius at all. So like,
I don't know about that.
If I was trying to write something, I'd be writing with a tune kind of almost or how I wanted to sing it. So I don't know,
Yeah.
like, does that change, or do you suddenly think, oh, actually,
Yeah,
that's
no,
how I
I'll
want
never
it?
do that.
But then it changes, and you're like, oh, okay, now I'm singing it. Like, to a
Yeah, for me it's a mix. Some people are really against like writing lyrics and then putting melodies to it, but I think it literally depends on what you're writing. Sometimes you get a melody, well, for me personally, sometimes I get a melody first, sometimes I get words first, but I find it harder to do words and then fit it to something. I find it a lot easier to come up with a melody and then find words that fit around that.
Fair enough.
So it just depends, I
Yeah.
guess.
What sort of music do you listen to that sort of, I don't know, invokes your genius? Is that a word?
Influences.
I feel like I've just plucked that out of thin air.
I don't think I have much genius.
Well, I don't know about that.
No, neither. But
Oh,
for
God,
me,
stop
like
being so modest, aware of you.
inspiration, like Beatles, Oasis,
Fair.
Stone Roses.
Is that very close to what you sing
People like
as well,
that.
kind of style?
I mean, I don't think it is, but I've had people tell me it is,
Yeah.
sort of thing. But yeah, it's like, one thing I hate is I record something, listen to it back, and I just hate the sound of my voice and how it sounds. And then other people tell you it sounds like amazing, and I'm just like, well, it doesn't. But yeah, like, it's weird.
So many people are telling you one thing, then, you know, it's got to be
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
I think they
Yeah.
say that, like, when you listen to, even just talking, if you listen to your own voice, like listening back, it's because when you talk, you can hear like your bass, but when you actually listen back, you can't hear like physically what you can almost hear inside you. I don't know whether that, I'm assuming that will come across when you sing as well. Like, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it sounds so different than how it is in your head, because I think like the vibrations, like you say, are different inside your head to.
Yeah. So when you guys are recording music and stuff like that, like, when was it that you recorded both your songs? And then was that in a studio, or do you have the ability to do it at home, or like how are you guys kind of getting your music out there?
I do it at home because I've just bought things every now and then because I really enjoy production. I've enjoyed production since I was about 12. So I got my first mixing desk for my 12th birthday. And then when I got older and started making my own money, I am. Started making money, I've just been buying little things. Like, I think my MacBook was definitely the biggest investment.
Yeah.
But it was worth it because it's helped a lot. And yeah, I think I'm lucky to be able to do it at home because otherwise you have to wait to get into a studio and you have to pay people a lot of money for it and have an engineer or something as well.
Yeah.
You done yours
for
on
me,
the studio, did you, Elliot?
Yeah. So I just recorded like a few demos on my phone on like voice notes. And obviously I had links from college. So luckily I just got his number from my mate, sent it to this guy, and he was like, yeah, that sounds cool. Took a couple of months to get into the studio. Luckily it was the week before all this happened. Otherwise I wouldn't have recorded it. So that was lucky. But yeah, literally went in, recorded the guitar, and then banged out the vocals and got it done in like 3 hours. So gonna get straight back in after all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got much new music planned?
I got like another 3, 4 maybe. I don't know, like solid ones. And I got like a lot of ideas. So we'll see what happens.
Do you find that?
I know you're working on a track, Ellie.
Yeah, I am. It's on the background of my computer right now.
I've heard a sneak peek. I can't wait. I shouldn't have done that.
I want to finish it this week, but depends, because that's the other thing with recording at home. My whole family obviously live here, so it's noisy. So that's the only downside, I would say, to recording at home when you live with your family.
Soundproof your room. That's the next investment.
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Just egg cups.
Just get like a soundproof box just around your keyboard.
Egg cups.
Just all over.
Next time I come on, they'll just be all on the wall behind me.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So how long? Like, do you find that being in lockdown is a struggle for like inspiration, or do you find actually now you can really kind of tune in what you want to do? Like, I know you obviously said, Ellie, that if you think too much about it, it kind of it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's been very on and off for me. Like last week, I just had a complete I guess, stall in my creativity. I could not get anything out, and I get really frustrated. Like, even sitting at the piano, I felt like I couldn't even remember how to play chords together anymore and stuff. But I don't know, I think sometimes just going for a long walk helps, and then I come back home and I feel completely like back into it. So yeah, lockdown's been kind of a blessing because I don't have any other time constraints or have to go to work, but it's also difficult to feel inspired, I think.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. For me, like, there's nothing going on at the moment, so there's not a lot to write about other than stuff that's happened in the past. But like, you got to remember all that stuff. But like, when something happens, I'll normally go on my phone and write down. Like,
so it's kind of like certain moments that you'll be like, almost like you said, you write like a one line.
Yeah, or like hear something, like someone will say something, you know, oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, I think that's as well. It's different if you write mainly based on personal experience, or if you, because like a lot of stuff, sometimes when I write, I'll just make up a character, and it's not necessarily something that's happened to me, but it's just like a story I've come up with in my head. Whereas if you just write on personal experiences, it can be quite hard if you've got nothing happening at the moment.
Yeah.
Is it easier to write about something than nothing?
As in, like, something that's happened?
Anything. Like, is it, can you, I mean, I've dabbled in writing whatever before. Like, it's nothing on the scale of what you guys ever have done or what you've done. But, like, sometimes I feel like when I write, if I'm just writing absolute tosh, I feel like it flows a lot better for me. Or like if it's there's no meaning behind it, it's just words on a page.
Yeah,
I feel like that for me.
Yeah, no,
it links and clicks a lot better for me.
Yeah, because you have no emotional connection to it sometimes,
Exactly.
so you don't feel I guess you don't feel as embarrassed about being vulnerable with it. Because that was a big thing.
I mean, you guys have heard my rap, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
streets.
Incredible. You should put that on the podcast, Drew.
Oh, no.
Pure lyrical genius.
I'll record that. That could be our intro jingle.
Yeah. Your jingle.
Listen up. Listen to it. I mean, it works, to be fair. I mean, talking about listening, you know.
Amazing.
But yeah. So you definitely think it's easier to write about something than nothing? Or does it depend what mood you're in?
Yeah,
it depends what mood you're in. I remember the first ever song I wrote was just, it meant nothing, but it's a decent song, but I can't sing it anymore.
Oh, so give us
well, I never sang it, but it was, I wrote it, but I got someone at college to sing it for me, and she made it sound like 10 times better. And yeah, I want to record it with her, but
so
I don't know. She's like up in Leeds now in uni, so
yeah,
it's hard.
So did you, obviously, Elliot, you said you went to college. Is that the same with you, Elliot?
No, I did sixth form. I would have loved to go and do music production or something, but I ended up not, well, like my dad preferred me to do sixth form and A-levels and stuff, and I ended up going to uni and doing law, which I wanted to do music there as well, more to his like guidance. So yeah, I've had to self-teach myself a lot of YouTube and stuff like that, but I would have loved to have properly studied it.
Sound like Moose out of Step Up. Tell me that reference.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
know the reference.
I have watched it, you know, but I don't remember.
I mean, people will get that reference. Anyone that's watched Step Up will get the reference. You know, Moose, he goes to uni. His parents don't want him to do dance, and then he becomes a double major. So
then,
yes,
that.
Sorry, that's American, not here, but yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm fascinated with rhyme. So I look at rhymes literally as a song, because it rhymes through each like line. I'm assuming songs don't do that, or is there a particular like, not algorithm that you'd write a song, so like every certain lines or certain beats per how many words, or certain words you've got to kind of mimic further down the line or kind of rhyme with?
Yeah, I definitely rhyme a lot. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing it too much, and it annoys me. But if it sounds good, then I'll leave it. But like, if it just sounds like so repetitive, I have to change it. But
I rhyme a lot, but I don't
definitely
think
is a lot of
there's
rhyme.
a set rule. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like all the questions, I feel like we're answering with "it depends," but I think there is no set rule for music at all or writing or anything. So it definitely does. Just depends on the person writing or whatever.
What got you into music? Like, when did you realise that you were like, you had something in terms of music? Or what was the first thing you've done? Was it playing an instrument? Was it writing? Was it singing?
I started going to a stage school when I was 4, and I remember doing the singing, and I loved it. Like, I loved acting as well, and the dance. Like, loved all of it. But I don't know. I think because I grew up in my house with, like, my mum and dad love music as well, and they both play guitar, and then my mum plays piano and stuff. So we would just sort of mess around on instruments. And then in primary school, I started learning the drums and started learning more about rhythm and stuff like that. And I don't know. I think it just kept developing. But I think being surrounded by it at home definitely made me interested in it, because I was always hearing different kinds of music and different genres and stuff.
Yeah, no, for me, like, I think there's a video of me when I was like 2 in like a fucking nappy with a guitar playing along to like the Beatles or something. And I always really wanted to play drums, but it's obviously such a loud instrument, and it was just an inconvenience to have one in my room.
Yeah.
So we always had guitars in my house. So just my dad taught me like 3, I think it's like 7 Nation Army, Smoke on the Water, and Day Tripper by the Beatles. That was it. And then I just went on from there. Just taught myself. And then I got into like year 8 or 9 at school, and my music teacher was like to me, you need to get like grades done. I was like, all right. So I had a teacher for like a couple months, but I just never did like stick to it, and then just carried on teaching myself.
So
And
he learned it all backwards because he's left-handed as well.
Yeah, I played upside down for a while. Well, I still play it. So I play a right-handed guitar, left-handed. So the strings are the wrong way around. But I've just made a left-handed guitar to start like playing properly, because I feel like it disadvantaged me, but my dad said it doesn't. Like, a lot of people say you're fine, like it's quite quirky, but I don't know. It varies.
I bet most people wouldn't even have a clue.
I remember I played not a concert, but like we played like a showcase for college, and one of the parents came up to me and was like, why on earth do you play like that? And I was like, don't know, just picked it up like this.
That's like,
what's your go on, Josh?
I was gonna say, that's literally like the biggest fuck you to the audience. Like, someone comes up and like, look at this man, like, look back to front. What's he doing? Hey, like, that's talent. That's brilliant. Like, right away.
He's either a genius or he has no clue what he's doing.
Yeah, I ain't got a Scooby.
Obviously, I'd assume both of your releases of your first songs would probably be fondest memories in music. But if you go pre-release of your songs, what would be the most fond memory you have of music?
I don't know. It's a fun. It's not like probably the most fun memory, but one that sticks out is me and my best friend when we were in year 8. This is so embarrassing. I never tell people about this, but we.
You're telling the world now.
Yeah, we had a concert thing at school, and she sings really well. And I played the piano, and we did "Turning Tables" by Adele. I put a rap in it. I put a rap in the middle, and
Wow.
It went down so well. Biggest applause of my life. I fucking loved it. So I'd say that at the moment.
Love that. Turning tables is an
But it
absolute
is a bit
banger.
cringe,
Oh,
but it was
absolute
worth
banger.
it for the applause, you know?
100%.
For the applause.
Mine would
Sure.
be like, I think it was like year 10, 11. So it was like 4 or 5 years ago now. I was in a band with 2 of my mates at school, and we recorded a whole album, and it was pretty solid. But like, I never wrote any of the music for it. It was my mate. He's such a good songwriter. But yeah, it was just a lot of fun. Like throughout the summer, he had like, I think it was like his dad had like a house up in Peterborough, and we just went there and just recorded. It was like on like a farm. It was mad. It had so much instruments. It was cool. Yeah, that's probably my fondest memory.
Love that. Did you guys both take music with GCSE, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Did you not?
Yeah,
I nearly took it at A level, but I ended up doing drama instead.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't do both, yes. So I didn't, but I've just kept teaching myself outside of school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like we done this thing at our school. Like, obviously, you do year 7, year 8, and year 9, and you do all the subjects, and then you obviously get to GCSE, and you have to choose the ones you want to do. So
Yeah.
if you didn't want to choose music, you got to do this thing called musical futures, which you've done in year 9.
All right.
So basically we all got into groups, and we all basically created a song, music, a piece, whatever you want to call it. And there was the option for you to perform at the end of year school assembly. And like, I mean, I've obviously done drama and music and stuff quite a lot. I used to go to drama school and stuff like that. You'd never know with how dramatic I am, would you? Do you know what I mean?
No.
But I've always absolutely doing it. And we've done this musical futures thing. And basically I decided within my group that we were gonna write a rap. And do you remember the old school keyboard you had at school?
Yeah.
The
The
beat for
DJ.
rapping. The beat was made on the keyboard, and I remember performing in front of my group, who I made the rap with, refused to go up on stage. They were just like, no, not happening. So I'm up there on my own, in my hoodie, thinking I'm a proper roadman star, like ready to go. And that was probably my most fond memory that I can remember during music. It was pretty cool. I remember I had everyone on their chairs, like literally, like going crazy. So that was a
To be
pretty
fair, it set you up
innovation.
well for now. You still do that, don't you? So
yeah, I've always loved getting up in front of people and making a bit of a fool of myself, I guess. It's a, I mean, me and Ellie have obviously known each other quite a long time. We've not only worked together now, but we worked together in our previous job as well. We had lots of fun. We had lots of chances to sort of like do different things outside of work and after work hours, and I was always forefront of getting involved, so I really enjoyed it. It was good fun. It's always good fun.
Yeah.
Right, these meeting things only last 40 minutes, so I don't know how we're doing for time, Joshua.
We've got 7 minutes 45 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Right,
Already.
that's time's gone well quick.
Yeah. With your music and stuff like that, guys, where can people find it? Is it on YouTube? Is it iTunes? Like, how do we?
Apparently, mine's on YouTube. It's on Spotify.
You can find it on Drew Spendler's
Apple
Spotify
Music.
playlist.
Yes, true. iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, probably. I don't know. Wherever.
Yeah. Everywhere.
All of
Spotify's
the above.
probably.
I think
Music.
Spotify and Apple Music is the main ones.
Yeah.
The main
Oh,
Yeah. Ellie
yeah.
Copocci
Monthly
cut my
listen.
teeth.
It's out there.
Love that. Moving away from music, obviously we're in a bit of a not a rubbish time. It's what people make it. Whatever the time we're in at the moment is what people make it to be. It can be. It's a bit of a rubbish time, but people can use it to do whatever. I know our previous guest that we had on the podcast, he's using his time very, very productively. We've done this with most of our guests, but what is your top, I think that's a good way to end it, top sort of tips for getting through lockdown?
Look after yourself and don't put too much pressure on yourself. It's good to be productive, but don't feel forced to because you see everyone else doing it.
Yes! Oh, I knew there was a reason why.
Really good. Yeah, really good point.
That's a good one. Elliot?
Yeah, just keep healthy, innit? Like, look after yourself, learn an instrument.
Yeah. See, that's
Learn something new.
Yeah, learn something new.
Yeah, learn something new. I finally learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube.
Nice.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's
I'd rather
pretty
have
easy
10 years
actually.
than
Hey, it's easy actually.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
I just change all the stickers.
Yeah.
learn something new. Like,
Cool. Actually, I have one more question. When
Mhm.
are we getting a joint single? When are we going to do it?
Oh, don't know.
who knows? Could be like fucking years away. Who knows?
Oh, all right.
Who knows?
Nah, all right.
Next week.
We'll do one. We'll do one.
We'll do
It's
one
what
just
the
for you, Drew.
It's what
All
the
right,
people
cool.
want.
It is what people want. I would have been castrated if I hadn't asked that question. You know that. Everyone would have been like, "Dude, you missed out the most important question." All right, guys,
Oh.
chill.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
wicked.
we'll try
guys,
and do one.
Thank you very much for coming on the podcast. It's
Thank you for having me.
been
Yeah,
been
that's all right.
Very
Lovely, very much.
excited.
so yeah.
So,
Thank you very much.
give your songs another shout out, and then I'll
Yeah. Go for
come
it.
up on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll get the links
Cool.
for Spotify and stuff. What go on, shout them
What
out.
you want to say? Oh,
Go on, then.
Cut My
Yeah,
Teeth
shout 'em
by
out.
Ellie Copocci. Stream it, buy it, do whatever.
Yeah. Hesitation by Elliot Marks. It's everywhere. Go and stream it. Be much appreciated.
Amazing, cool. We'll put those links in.
Thank you very much, guys. Love that.
Sweet. Thank you.
All right,
Thanks for having
guys.
us.
No worries. You take it easy.
No worries,
See you
guys.
soon.
You too. Cheers,
See you
guys.
later.
Take it easy. Bye.
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 There we go. Thank you for watching the Double XL podcast. Like,
Like.
subscribe. We've missed out doing this in the last
We
couple of
have.
videos, so if you guys want to, subscribe to the channel, we're
Enjoying it?
trying to do
Come on,
videos all the time. I know Josh has been promoting Coffee with a Stranger, so if you guys want to jump on one of these with us, and you feel like you've got a topic that's worth talking about, and jump on it. Let's do it. Even if it's just for a chat, we're here.
Yeah, you don't even have to have a topic. I'm sure there's multiple things that we can just roll off the tongue and talk about. It's interesting times at the moment, so yeah. Sweet.